welcome to the new Psychology of Love launch from the TVapex Centre. Come in, guys, take a seat, sit down. I'm Andrea Gordon, and I'll be your host for tonight, discussing all aspects of love and what that means in its entirety. I'm sure we've all been there. So, without more ado, what is this crazy little thing called love? Have you been in love? Look like you've been in love. Look like you are in love. Many times, you see. If I knew I would be falling in love with an angel, I would have searched for you harder and found you sooner. Oh. Come on, you hard lot. Ah. And I love you not only for what you are, but what I am when I'm with you. Keep that one, Arif. Yes. I must just introduce you to the host, really, of this building that we're in tonight, is lovely TVapex Studios. He's a very, very good orthopedic surgeon. You probably just see him outside there, qualified there, his new patient. And he is an IT consultant. I think he's Vice President of Brain Trust UK and President of WCOP. He's got so many qualifications, but tonight the qualification is he's been married a long time, so he should know something about love. Please welcome on stage Suhail Chaktai, Doctor.
What's the psychology of love? I think kinds of love, there are many kinds of love. There was a young guy who went to a shop, a guy in 20s. He said to the shopkeeper, I want a card which says, you are my last ultimate love. That's Valentine's Day. So the shopkeeper got very impressed. This young guy is so committed. So he went to the back door and got a card, wiped the dust and said, that's the card, young man. I'm really impressed by your commitment. So the guy looked at the card and said, well, can I have 5 more of them, please? But we're not talking that kind of love today. We're talking psychology of love, which is the intense, deep love. And I think what is it which actually makes people fall in love? I mean, as an orthopedic surgeon, I'm probably not qualified to really say anything more on that. But what I know a little bit about this from general experience, that people I think 50 years ago, they thought it's physical attraction. Then came rescue by Professor Ray Bull, who proved by his research it's not physical attraction, it's charisma, which is defined by a combination of mental and physical abilities. So it's charisma, and he rescued 2 people who were less attractive and slightly disadvantaged immediately. The word is immediately. It's not disadvantaged to be less attractive, it's an immediate disadvantage. But people have tried to work on that disadvantage to become powerful than people who are more attractive. So remember that your disadvantage, not yours. As a doctor, I know one thing, that love and chicken pox, when they are late in life, they're very dangerous. They're very dangerous. So avoid them if you can, but if you can't, you are actually in the right decision making. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hey.
Hi, Alex.
Hi, are you ready to record?
Yes, all set. How about you?
Yeah.
Are you good?
I mean, I feel good. Obviously,
really?
Yeah.
What?
Really good. Like, better than ever. Why do you ask? Don't I look good?
You look kind of messed up.
Come on, is it the hair? I mean, the train was delayed.
Yeah, like a bit of hair, a bit of attitude.
Yeah,
like
and I had coffee. I mean, I had coffee like 25 minutes ago, and I think I should just have another one because.
Well, I will get you another one.
Coffee's good. Yeah.
Coffee's good. Yeah, exactly. But are you?
Anyway, so I'm having a good day. Are you having a good day? My boyfriend just broke up with me.
Alex.
But it's okay because he's going to get back with me. I know it.
And on one corner we have passion. On the other corner we have intimacy, and on the third corner we have commitment.
I went on a date last night. For the first time since Tommy met me, I met Johnny.
Wow,
Yeah.
I like the name. Some of this sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we went on a date, and I picked up this amazing book, which is called Why Men Marry Bitches. I mean, female dogs.
Right, they do, huh?
Yeah, so my friend read it, and she followed all the advice in that book, and she said that her relationships are amazing right now. Very, very effective.
You look kind of sleepless.
Yeah, because I found out Tommy's Facebook password because he hasn't been on Facebook for 17 hours and 42 minutes. And I mean, I thought that was a bit excessive, right? Like, I mean, where could he be? On a trip? With who? Tommy never goes on a trip. Why would he go on a trip? Who is he going to go with? And why would he go alone or with a friend when he could just go with another girl? For sure he went with another girl.
I have an amazing news. A friend of mine, George, he called me yesterday, and I'm going to set up an appointment for your interview. You told me about you were looking for a job, in fact, and we found this interview.
Quiet. I'm trying to see when Tommy goes back online. It's been 6 hours and 32 minutes on Facebook. I actually don't need that.
Alex.
Wow. Thanks, guys. There's a name for people like you, Alex, and I plan to keep all rabbits away from you. And please put your hands together for Arif Anis and Alexander Tutra. We're now going to do some questions and answers. Please, guys, get onto your seats. That was brilliant, guys. Thank you. That was really excellent. I just want to know, just very quickly, Alexandra, you are an NLP master, and you learned in Canada. Am I right in saying that?
Actually, I learned here in London.
Oh, right. Forgive me. And you practice here in London. So tell me, what got you into doing this? Where did you come from to do this?
Well, when it comes to love and relationships, I have made every mistake by the book.
Right, okay, I think we all have, yes.
And if there was, like relationship recipe book for disasters, I have perfected nearly every mistake a la carte.
Right. If there's a wrong way to do it, no one does it but you. Okay.
And then I thought, a lot of other people are doing the same, and I would like to first learn for myself how to do it properly and what it takes and what the psychology is behind it. And then, help other people. So that's where I am right now, hopefully.
Okay, brilliant. And Arif, I know that you've been a world-class speaker. This man has been on the stage with, was it President Clinton? Was one of the ones you shared a stage with?
Yes, 2012, yes.
Yes, well, so was it a few years ago? And Donald Trump and Richard Branson. And you teach NLP yourself and leadership, etc. So tell me, what is your idea of love? If you had to put it in a nutshell, what would be your idea of love?
Oh, that's very tricky. For that matter, you need to wait for the next episode, the next DVD.
You tease you.
In fact, yes. It's, in fact, I've been practicing, I've been speaking, and what I've found out, because I'm myself a leadership coach, I found out that even the best people, those who are very successful, those who are very wealthy, rich, in fact, those people could take up as models of success, most of them, I found them screwing up in their relationships, and I found out that probably whatever your level of success is, if you're not successful in your relationships, everything goes down the drain, and people could be miserable. While crying inside a limousine is easier, though, but still, relationship success is such a big thing. Such a valuable thing that it became my focus, and that's why we started working on this project. Now, love, to the extent I understand, that this is something, it might not be a bond that lasts for centuries or forever, but that's something which brings the best out of people, that enables them, that makes, that in fact makes them more of their lives and their talents and their skills.
Why bring this humour, why bring this kind of vehicle to something which is quite a serious subject, or it can be if it goes wrong, love? Why did you think about doing it in this kind of humorous way?
Because most of us, we shut down the moment we start talking about logic. Even I was experiencing that. The moment we became serious, I was kind of losing the track as an audience member, in fact. So I think humor, the sting, it just gets us alive, in fact, and we become more receptive to get the message. So that's the reason. That's why we thought, let's try this these funny situations.
Did you take acting lessons?
As you could see, doing
yes,
the video.
They're pretty good, weren't they? I mean, it made me laugh anyway. Made them laugh too.
When you look back on your relationships in retrospect, so to speak, and then you look at the panorama of things and you can see the smaller things in the larger picture, it makes a lot more sense. And if we could do it closer to the episode, that would make us much wiser. Then years later, you can look back. So as an older person, I noticed. And the other thing I wanted to say is that I'm very happy to see that a great deal of literature and debate has come up now about the whole concept of love and love relationships. And in the older decades, in my age, for instance, in the group 2-3 decades ago, it was always culturally parametered and monitored to some degree, curtailed by cultures. But now we seem to be getting into a universal culture, multicultural, wonderful thing. And we're crossing cultures. For instance, I'm a Muslim woman, and the whole Muslim concept of love and so on. And I noticed the other day there was a book on so many 30 years of love or something. And it was actually Western, but it was advocating some of the Eastern recipes for successful. So I'm very happy to hear the debate getting very international and on a wider scale.
Yes. I love that, a recipe for love. That's the next book, isn't it? A cookbook of love.
I was working with a girl who's Muslim here a couple years ago, and she was going through CVs that her brother had given her for potential husbands. So she was doing like an arranged marriage where she could go through and get all the CVs of the guys who were the potential suitors and sort of look at them. And I was like very interested by it and said, I was like, wow, so how does that work? And she was, the way she put it was, you have these, the guys, like their CVs, so like their jobs, what they do, what they look like, all this kind of stuff. And then you pick which one you want and you marry them. And then she said the love is something that comes about like when you're together for long enough. So it sort of comes up. And I feel like internet dating is a similar principle, maybe a little bit.
In what way?
Well, in the way that you have all the interests and sort of the whole personality outlined in a way, and then you look through and you decide who it is that you want to sort of.
Have you met someone through internet dating?
Have I?
Yes.
I'm not at liberty to answer that question at the moment. Thank you.
Oh, you coward. No, because
but no, I haven't. No, is the honest answer. Yeah.
Okay, this is a theory then, that you think that if you meet someone with the same qualities and values as yourself, then the love will grow. That's what you're saying.
It's not my theory. It's a theory that was put forth to me by this girl that I knew. It's just it's interesting to me. Yeah.
People that are in relationships, but also we're teaching people how to be single or how to get over a breakup, or whether it's actually healthy to be in that relationship anymore. So we're looking at the different facades of love and what they each mean and how you can deal with each one of them in their own time.
So will there be, like the lady said, about the signs of someone being fake? And how can you spot the signs if somebody is being fake?
I think that that's a really interesting question, because when we're thinking about, a lot of women have asked me, how do you spot a cheater? And the thing is, sometimes when you look for something, you tend to find it. If you just look for a person who is genuine, and if you look for a person that's going to treat you right, and you validate them when they do it, then I think you're asking the wrong question. Is not how do you spot someone that's going to treat you wrong, but rather how do you spot someone that's going to treat you right? And that's something that you also reflect on the other person. We were talking about projection. You project your feelings onto the other person. So if you're looking for a cheater and you want to find one, you will.
During the filming, what are the funniest moments that you can think of?
Funniest moments have been about the Tommy syndrome. Like, you heard of Tommy, then Tommy 1, Tommy 2, Tommy 3.
Johnny.
Yes, then Johnny came into it. So you would see one sequence, and most of the times Alex is messed up, and I'm trying to just pick up this, solve this jigsaw puzzle of what's actually going wrong, and that's the moment. And when our Tommy comes into it, we expect some really good laughter. That was the time. Yes, that was definitely hilarious.
I didn't think so, because I thought it was really upsetting.
Yeah, exactly. So
I went home and cried each time.
That's perspective, and she wasn't acting at all.
So you had no moments when you were corpsing, you were laughing out loud and you couldn't keep it together?
Yeah, there were many moments like that. Actually, that's why Eric got fed up with us, because he's producing it, and he had to take a few takes because we would just start laughing in the middle of filming. And
one thing that I learned to believe that if you don't love yourself, you're not going to be able to love anybody else. Right. And if you don't love yourself, doubt it very much that somebody else will love you. And when I start talking about self-love, lots of people think like, what? You stand in the mirror, you say I'm really good looking and smile at yourself. And I'm talking about different self-love, where you respect yourself, you set healthy boundaries that other people also respect you. And I think there are a lot of people who don't understand what even self-love is. So how could we possibly expect somebody to love somebody else if they don't know what self-love is?
Yes, very,
And
very good point.
That is a very good point, and we actually do approach that issue in a few of the episodes. A lot of it is done through irony. I mean, even when you just watched our little enactment here, it started off with me not caring about this job interview because I care more about my relationship. But in the end, when that goes well, all of a sudden I'm going to that job interview. So a lot of it is done through irony, and it's up to the audience to understand it. But there is, yes, I totally agree with you. If you don't love yourself, I don't know if anyone else could really love you. I can't really answer that, but...
So I think we could go on and on, but mainly agreeing to yes, definitely. It starts with loving yourself, valuing yourself, and then the other person is definitely going to value you. So you are going to set the standard. So even in love, it has to be there. Now I will take this last moment to quickly thank all those friends who have been here, those who in fact traveled from 100 miles inside London. Wow. I think, yes, Ilford is that far that you usually grow a beard by the time you reach here after a fresh shave in the morning. So Dr. Zatuna, Sarah, Tariq, Agle, Carmen, Mala, and Fatima, and Mubashir.
And I'd just like to say one thing.
And other friends.
May you be loved, love, and be lovable. And thank you very much for coming. Alex, would you like to say one thing?
Yeah, love. Don't try it at home. Proceed with caution.
Yes, proceed with caution, yes, certainly.
Thank you so much for today. I really enjoyed it, and it was great to see all the friends, and it was a great event. And I think, you can take a lot on board, and sometimes you can take things in a light-hearted way, not necessarily very seriously, and you can still learn from it.
Of course, I find it very interesting because I think there are a lot of people these days who are actually going through exactly the same problems, who are looking for love and unfortunately don't even know what love is. So I think it's going to be very informative, and I think love education should be taught at school.
Yes, actually today I'm at the New Psychology of Love here with Arif and Alex, and the event is very, very funny. It's very, we learn a lot in there, and it's so funny, and we laugh a lot, and we learn a lot, and I highly recommend them. You should check it out. It's not like the normal CDs for love, which is very serious type. This one is funny, and I'm sure that you will look forward to it, and you will watch it until the end.
I heard that this is basically the basic introduction, and after this we're going to go more into depth. So in that sense, it's definitely something that I think every boy and girl should definitely be watching.
I found the Psychology of Love series season 1 very interesting, very capturing, and very serious, but in a humorous way. And I'm so pleased that Arif has brought this out with Alex, and I congratulate them both. And it's a series that would help people who really need to understand not just themselves, but also about love. So thank you very much.